off we go on EA Sports.
This one fielded at the 5. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense.
They'll be led out by their quarterback who's in his 17th season now in the NFL, an 8-time Pro Bowler to boot. It's Phillip Rivers.
One way you become the all-time leading passer for your team is pure talent, and Phillip Rivers has plenty of that. But it's also dedication to your craft and the willingness to get better all the time. Phillip Rivers has a van set up with a driver so that when he goes to and from practice, he's able to watch tape and find ways to improve his mechanics each and every day.
On second down, it's George.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
It was Brooks Reed on the tackle.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
On second down now, it's George. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted. The running.
This is caught inside the 15. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 39 yards there, a big one.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
So 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Now Rivers, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
On second down, it's George. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. It'll be a gain of 5, but they do keep him out of the end zone, and now it's 4th down. A very early decision to be made here.
There is, and I think that because they're the home team, I would ride that wave a little bit, and I would gamble and go for it. Doesn't seem like it's optimal, but you're the home team. You'll get the support of the crowd all game long.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Anthony Sherman taking it in. And the Dolphins take it right down and score on the opening drive. Many would call that a gutsy decision here early on to go for it 4th and goal. There was no hesitation. Field goal unit never sniffed the field.
It was a message, and the message was, I trust you on offense. Go out and make this happen. Go ahead and pick it up. You know what else he said? I trust my defense as well. If they don't get it, I know you're going to hold them. So it's a message to your entire team that you believe in them.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So out comes the Washington offense as they get their first shot. Leading them out, their 2nd-year quarterback from Ohio State at 23 years of age. It's Dwayne Haskins.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
Let's go, D, tighten up. Let's go, D, tighten up.
On 2nd and 9. Haskins. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation allows him to get home.
A tough spot for Haskins in Washington here. 3rd and long after that last sack. Here's Haskins out of the gun. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
That's taken on the 25. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck.
At their own 31-yard line.
Now the Miami Dolphins an 0-2 start to the season, Charles. Both losses in the division, but week 2 very competitive against a good Buffalo team, 31-28 if you want to look at it from a silver linings perspective. Was a game that featured a 36-minute lightning delay as well. But, you know, here was my takeaway. Ryan Fitzpatrick played pretty well. Did he play well enough to kind of keep the calls for Tua at bay for another week or two?
I think without a doubt, because last week he really struggled against New England. But how about the typical Ryan Fitzpatrick, put it behind you, bounce back with a big day, 328 yards and 2 touchdowns? Yes, definitely. They want to keep Tua on the bench for a while. They will eventually turn it over to him, but not right away. They want Fitzpatrick leading this ball club. And then they got a short turnaround, Brandon. I think you're going to be there for this. Miami at Jacksonville on a Thursday night. I think it's an early type of must-win game for them, because Seattle comes to town in week 4 if they're trying to get some of those wins to show that they're making progress with this franchise.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The coverage good that time by Kendall Fuller. Hey, CD, let's peer ahead to week 3 on the NFL slate. I'm looking down at the schedule here, seeing what catches my eye. How about the Rams at Buffalo? That's a pretty good game. A couple of 2-0 teams. Dallas at Seattle. What else do you have?
Well, how about Green Bay and New Orleans on Sunday night? We always talk about quarterback matchups that we'd love to see more of. You don't get to see very often Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees, and this could be the last time if Drew Brees indeed heads towards retirement after this season. And how about the one that's going to cap off the weekend? Kansas City and Baltimore.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how big is that one, right? Because there are a number of us who think that this is a preview of the AFC Championship game. But I want to go back to one you mentioned, the Rams and Buffalo. 2 quarterbacks that continue to have to prove their greatness, or even that they should have the job. Jared Goff with the Rams, and of course Josh Allen with Buffalo. Both of them off to really hot starts and looking good.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive.
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Throwing again on 2nd down. Haskins. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. They tried to throw on 2nd down. Unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. And he finds McLaurin. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 39. Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
On 3rd down, Haskins. The Dolphins do the job defensively there, and now it brings up 4th. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Now Rivers. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
Nothing. Joey Sly set to kick off.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Adrian Peterson heading back out with his Washington teammates. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the 2nd half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. From the gun, Haskins. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. Well, Charles, glancing back to week 2 of the NFL, certainly there were a lot of great games. Unfortunately, though, it was a tough day for injuries across the league, and the team probably hit the hardest, the 49ers, losing Nick Bosa and Solomon Thomas for the season. They also had Jimmy Garoppolo, Raheem Mostert also leaving that game, but they were certainly not the only team affected.
And remember, they were already missing George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, right? Those guys didn't even play in that ball game. So this is a team. Oh, Richard Sherman, of course, is on IR. They've really struggled in the early going. How about the Giants, losing the face of their team? And Saquon Barkley looks like an ACL gone for the season. And Cortland Sutton also done for the season with an ACL with the Denver Broncos. Tough sledding right now. Remember, Drew Lock, the quarterback, also hurt his shoulder in the last ball game.
And then Christian McCaffrey, they're saying likely at least a month for him of being out with that high ankle sprain. I guess maybe, CD, this is a good year to have. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
And he's got a noon one. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field.
That's good.
A big play there on the catch and run. 59 yards. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now a run with Peterson. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
The tackle made by Joey Bosa. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8. At the 6.
They run again with Peterson. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. From 10 yards out. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up.
For the extra point.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. George. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
And they'll keep it on the ground. It's George. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now at FedEx Field. 7-7 is our score. Pretty even matchup so far as we start quarter number 4. On 3rd down, it's George. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
It's a gain of 10.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. On 2nd down now, it's George. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
They'll try to throw here. Rivers. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Now a give right side. George. And he's going to be stopped close to the 1st down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. It's 35. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
3rd down.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's George. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Chubb on 1st down, no room to roam as he struggles just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. On 2nd down, it's George. And some space here. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A great effort there. 30 yards. And the Dolphins have taken the lead.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now, on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Here comes Nelson. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
So here's Haskins in the Washington offense. Down 14-7, 1:09 to play. They need a touchdown and the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw forward with Haskins. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety Harrison Smith. Then a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who have had the receivers on lockdown.
On 1st down, George. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. From the 17, here's 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. It's George. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, it's George. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7.
Washington 7. Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Here comes Nelson. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened to him.
Yeah, that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl corner Darius Slay. And that will write a finish to this ball game. All right, you did it. You got the win. Congratulations. Keep that momentum going and tackle that next challenge.